12 of the basho, just a few days to go now, towards the end. And the wrestlers, they come in to the Aichi Prefectural Gymnasium. The distinctive walk and their hairstyle. This is the man a lot of attention's focusing on, Mongolian Asa Shoryu. Well, there's a lot of people here watching the sumo, very popular in this part of the world, despite the recession in Japan. So now we have newcomer Iwakiyama. He's up from the Juryo division to make up the numbers here, fighting Hayateumi at the bottom end of the Maegashira rankings. Never fought before. Iwakiyama is 167 kilos, a bit on the large side, almost 170. Trying that kotenagi there, a bit of a nasty technique there. Bit of an arm breaker, and he takes it. So from kotenagi to push out, that gives him the victory. 7th one so far. And that was Makikoshi, 8th loss for Hayateumi. So bad basho for him so far. And we have Aogiyama. Maegashira 12 ranking near the bottom of the top division, fights Kasuganishiki. He's Juryo 4, 144 kilos, 26 years old. Been in 68 basho, pro sumo bashos, including the divisions below, Makuchi obviously. Well, it's Aogiyama who collapses there. Looks like he hurts his knee. And I suspect he'll be carried off by the look of it. So victory there for Kasuganishiki. And he also gets a bit of prize money for there. Well, I suspect this is going to be another one carried off. Well, that must make 15 wrestlers now who've dropped out because of injury, this basho. Now, Chiyotenzan against Akinoshima. They fought 12 times in the past. Chiyotenzan's won 7 of them. Akinoshima gets the overarm grip there and drops him down. But one of the judges has objected. Seems to think that Akinoshima touched down first. Well, let's have a look at that. Well, been quite a lot of criticisms. They say no, the referee was right. The referee originally gave it Akinoshima, and they say no, he was right. Well, not too sure about that one. There's been some pretty dodgy refereeing in this basho. Not that obvious, but the action replay, of course, always exposes it. So that was 5th win for Akinoshima, 9th loss for Chiyotenzan. Now, Tokitsuumi against Wakanoyama. These two have fought 8 times. Tokitsuumi's won 5 of them. Well, Wakanoyama, low as usual. Always goes from the deep crouch into a fairly low attack. He's got his hand on the belt there. He's a powerful wrestler, as we've seen before. He's used to big, heavy men, particularly Musashi Maru. But it's Tokitsuumi there who wins, just at the end there. So 7 wins for Tokitsuumi, which is not bad. He's getting pretty close to Kachikoshi. Previous basho, he sat out completely with an official injury. If a wrestler gets injured in the ring during these main basho, the hon basho as they call them, you can apply to have it recognized as an official injury. That allows him to sit out the next basho and then come in the basho after that without losing his rankings. But it's not a very good system for long-term injuries, because bad injuries such as Takanohana had keep them out for much longer than that. Then they really do go down the rankings. That is, except for the Yokozuna. Well, it's a tricky, it's a tight system, as I said before. Now, that was Otsukasa who won that one. And it gave Jumonji his 8th loss, and Makikoshi. Now we have Daizen against Tochisakae. These two have fought twice before. Daizen's won 2 of them, but he doesn't win that. was his 7th loss, and it was the 7th win for Tochisakae. Now Toki. Well, he's not a very skillful rikishi, Toki, with a bright red mawashi. But he's rough and ready and lively. And his sideburns, very distinctive. He hasn't apparently cut them in 5 years or more. Well, he just goes straight for Tamanoshima's throat. That comes to a full stop. And Tamanoshima, who's had a very good basho so far, that was his 9th win. Just kept moving him backwards. That was an oshidashi win for Tamanoshima. Next out we have Buyuzan and Takanonami. Well, Takanonami's ankles seem to be holding up quite well. Got 8 wins so far. He got them mostly at the beginning. Started to take a few losses now, but he's got 8 wins already, as has Buyuzan. So Buyuzan's knee well taped up there, but he's fighting with it. Seemed too bad so far. He's given Takanonami a run for his money, and Takanonami gets shoved out. Buyuzan looking strong. 9th win for Buyuzan, 4th loss for Takanonami. Shimotori now against Takamisakari. Takamisakari has beaten Shimotori twice in the past in their 2 head-to-heads. Well, is Shimotori faster off the mark there? Locks onto Takamisakari. And he's got a powerful grip there, and he rocks Takamisakari over on one leg and then forces him out, keeping him off balance. So Shimotori gets that. That's 7 wins, or that's 8 wins. Correction. His 8th win now, and Kachikoshi. Previous basho he had 10 wins and 5 losses, so he might get a little bit closer to that. And it was the 5th loss for Takamisakari. Now we have Kyokushuzan. Fights Kotomitsuki. Kotomitsuki with 7 losses. If he loses this one, it's Makikoshi for him. And only 1 win for Kyokushuzan. Well, it's emerged that Kyokushuzan's had a bit of a fever from day 8. So that accounts certainly for his poor performance from about that time. I guess he had it before then, but he kept it quiet. So he's definitely looking under the weather. And there's a little bit of prize money, some Kensho Kin at the end for Kotomitsuki. Now, Aminishiki, 125 kilos, lightweight, fights Tochinonada at 160 kilos. Well, with a heavier wrestler win. Well, looked to me like Tochinonada touched down first. The referee gave it to Aminishiki, so there's an objection. Let's look at this now. Tochinonada, does he touch down first? Yes, he does. Tochinonada touches down first. So he's saying the referee gave it to Aminishiki first of all, and they uphold the decision. So it's according to the referee's fan, Gunbai Dori. So Aminishiki takes his 4th win. Well, these bouts are very quick, and it's quite difficult when they go flying out over the edge to see who does touchdown first. They've had this video playback system in operation for many a year now, well ahead of many other sports. Next out, Miyabayama against Kaiho. These two have fought 8 times previously. Miyabayama has won 6 of them. Well, he almost gets sidestepped there. Kaiho keeping it on the move, trying to knock his arms away, moving sideways away from the edge if he can. Miyabayama managed to isolate one of his arms. Kaiho tries an inside leg trip, and there's a body twist there. Sukuinagi, scoop throw from Miyabayama to dump Kaiho. It looks like Kaiho has injured his leg. Well, what with his arm at the beginning of this basho and his leg there, let's see here, how is it the leg goes on this one. Tremendous weight, of course, gets dumped. Oh yeah, it gets twisted there at the right. You can see as he goes down, his foot locks and the rest of the body moves, so that puts the stress on the ankle. So Kaiho there, I guess with a bad ankle. Miyabayama taking his 5th win. Well, let's see if he drops out for the remaining days of the Basho. Tosanumi, 155 kilos against Takanawaka, 147. They fought 7 times previously. Takanawaka's won 4 of those 7. Very fast start, but not seeing too many head-banging starts in this Basho. Most of them are taking the head to one side, and it's almost shoulder-to-shoulder slamming in. Well, if Tosanumi gets that one, yorikiri win for him. Gives him his 7th win. Of course, coming out, leading with the head and not wavering, just going regardless of what the other wrestler's doing, is meant to be the best sumo. I reckon you're a bit of a coward if you take your head to one side. Now we have Asashori. He's got 10 wins and 1 loss. As has Chiyotenzan and Musashi Maru, so he's looking for a win here. He's against Kyokutenho. Asashori marginally across the ring, but it's Kyokutenho who carries the fight to Asashori, locks his arm over the top. There's that Kimi hold, good example of it there. Hasn't quite got the other arm of Asashori who's locked into it, but it's Asashori who then, despite that Kimi hold, who drives Kyokutenho over the edge. 11th win for Asashori. Of course, that piles the pressure on Chiyotenzan to follow and Musashi Maru. And it was the 5th loss for Kyokutenho. Kyokutenho's got 7 wins so far. He needs 1 more win for safety, although he's not likely to slide down the ranks that much if he did get Makikoshi. Now, Hokuto Riki fights Chiyotenzan. Well, it was Hokuto Riki yesterday who gave Musashi Maru quite a fright. He was the one who did the throat thrusting to the big Yokozuna. Kept doing it. Kept him on the defensive for a while before he eventually got bundled out. This is now his first fight for Hokuto Riki against Chiyotenzan. Not such a fast start from Chiyotenzan there. A little bit slow, actually. Just gone straight for the belt, unusually for him, and his feet almost went out there. You can see that little offset break in the ring. His foot skidded into that. You don't lose if you do that. But what a masterful display there, though. He had that overarm grip, and he just flipped Hokuto Riki through the air. So he's now 11 wins and 1 loss, keeping up with Asashoryu, and also takes some prize money. Well, he was noticeably slower off the mark there. He normally comes out much faster, but it looks as if he decided he was going to go for the belt in this one, which is slightly or very unusual for Chiyotenzan. So pretty even at this stage, and then he just does that. He's got that overarm grip there on to the left of us on this side, and then he starts to lean in a bit, looking for the weakness of position. There's the overarm grip, and he just flips Hokuto Riki over and down. Now the concluding bout of day 12. Musashi Maru, well, he needs this one to stay up with Asashoryu and Chiyotenzan. It's not a make or break win or loss, though. Now, these two have fought 13 times before. Musashi Maru won 9 of them. Now, Wakano Sato not particularly noted for his fierce charge. Musashi Maru won't come out too hard and fast. Don't think Wakano Sato is likely to sidestep him. He may decide to go for the power route, that's straight to the front door of the castle, and batter it down. He's very powerful. He'll maybe rely on his strength in this particular encounter. Let's see. But they say that Musashi Maru is a very difficult man to do the techiai against, because he, you can see the way he puts his hands down, it's difficult. Well, Musashi Maru did come out fast that time, unusually. And Wakanosato was able to dodge it, sidestep him and slap him down. So Musashi Maru now moving behind the two leaders, Asashoryu and Chiyotenzan. There he is, he starts pushing forward too fast. Doesn't look like an awful lot of effort for Wakanosato to slide his arms out and put them on the back of the neck. And down goes Musashi Maru. So that's 10 wins and 2 losses for him. 9 wins, 3 losses for Wakanosato. So there's the scores at the end of day 12. We've got Chiyotenzan and Asashoryu in the lead with 11 wins and 1 loss. Number of wrestlers withdrawn or retired. We've got Musashi Maru with 10-2. Well, those are the only ones now at this stage who are in the running. Stay with us, and we've got the final 3 days of the Basho to come up.